Hello and
Oh,
welcome to the show.
oh,
Put up your
hey.
dukes. Let's get into it.
Ah,
That's probably more realistic. Yeah.
yeah. I don't. Oh, I probably just messed up all the camera. Probably look like crap because hands flailing and
Oh
changing.
man. Yeah. You're in such a dark lair in the Bat Cave,
The bat cave. I'm upstairs.
the Bat Attic.
Yeah, there we go. The bat attic. Oh my god. So what's new, John boys?
Oh, I don't know. We were sitting there talking, and then we're like, Jackie Chan's awesome. And we're like, yeah, we should watch some Jackie Chan movies, and we did.
That happened last stream. We were just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh man. I've been watching him for so long. He's
I
just the best.
watched two movies I've never seen before. How about you? Did you watch ones you've seen before, or what you do?
So I watched ones we've seen before. I was gonna watch I forget what it's called now. I think it's on Netflix. Something about Tiger. But I just didn't get around to it. And I was like, I feel like his newer movies are more like, I don't know, they're just not what I'm used to. So I just went back and rewatched things that I've seen. Railroad Tigers, that's what I was gonna watch.
I was gonna watch it, and like watching the preview, I was like, I'll add it to my list. I'll watch it another time.
Yeah.
But I did watch one of his new movies. Well, I say new, but IMDb says 2017. I could have sworn Amazon Prime said like 2020 or something, but okay. We'll figure it out.
Figure it out. Which one was it?
So the first one I watched was Kung Fu Yoga.
Oh yeah, we talked about this. It
So-
sounds terrible.
I thought it sounded awesome. He
Yoga all
plays
about peace and tranquility, and not about kicking people.
he plays an archaeological teacher at a university.
Okay.
And has lots of gadgets, and they're like, "Oh, let's go on an expedition. We're looking for this treasure thing." And he guesses what his name was in this movie.
Probably Jackie or Jack.
It was Jack, Dr. Chan,
Okay.
i.e., Jackie Chan. Which
he probably is a doctor.
He might be honorary at some places. I've noticed that a lot of movies, he definitely just goes by his name.
Right.
And I think after looking at his IMDb, I think it's because when you've done 142 movies, it kind of is easy to lose track of what name you are this week when you're filming so many movies every year. Like,
wow,
crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
He started acting in 1962.
Yeah, it's crazy.
As a little
been doing
kid.
this a long time.
Credited as juvenile in a couple things, and cameo,
surprise,
beggar kid.
Starts with a J.
Yep. I mean,
he was in one of the Bruce Lee movies too. Enter the Dragon, maybe. I think he was like.
I think that was the one.
One of the stunt crew guys before he started doing his own thing.
Yeah, so I knew he was a famous musician in China.
Oh
or in
yeah, he's
Asia.
got gold records.
Yep. So for going out of order, so let me pull up my notes on this one. For soundtracks, I guess I didn't mark it. Daisy. So he has 14 soundtrack credits outside of his albums that he released. 5
Jeez.
music department credits. He's done art department stuff, art director, camera department. Like he's literally had his hands in every piece of the puzzle. Director, writer,
Yeah,
um,
stunts.
producer. 79 stunt credits. So mostly his own
Yeah.
movies. But I guess he's
Well,
been like stunt coordinators, coming up with stunts for other movies. Especially in the 80s, he was doing stunt work on other people's movies.
yeah, I think he did a lot of choreography for fight scenes and stuff before he became like a household name.
Yeah. So he was a stunt
Or
coordinator throughout the 70s and 80s. And then 90s, he was basically stunt coordinator for his own movies exclusively.
he had to. You know what happened with him and his stunt crew, right?
No.
So he's always had his own stunt crew. He's that's the Jackie Chan stunt team. I think that's what it's called, if I'm not mistaken. But nobody would insure them. So like anything that's happened, he's had to pay out of pocket, and he's paid for it just because nobody would insure him because of all the crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Like how many bones has this guy broken?
I don't know. I ran out of time before I could watch top 10 on set Jackie Chan injuries. There's 2 separate ones on YouTube, and I had them queued up to watch next and ran out of time.
That's crazy.
But yeah, the freeze frame on it right now is him jumping off the roof of a chapel and crashing through 2 awnings at each level. It's like the 3rd floor of a building, like the roof, and then awning above the 2nd floor, awning above the 1st floor. He's jumping, crashing through both of them, and he broke his ankle apparently, according to the little
Yeah,
highlight. So
they
I can
usually show those
imagine.
at the end of the movies too, like during the blooper
Oh,
parts.
where
The
yeah,
cat,
yeah, yeah.
but
Unfortunately, Kung Fu Yoga did not have bloopers since he was
doesn't
not
do much anymore.
not going too insane. Everything was well
Yeah,
choreographed and nothing like diving through the rungs of a ladder or climbing to the top of a ladder and walking it across the set. Stuff he used to do
yeah.
in the 80s and 90s. But
Well, I think he's pretty much been told that if he hits his head in the wrong spot in the wrong way, that he's done. He DED. He's dead.
yeah, that'll slow you down for sure.
Yeah, and he's also what 65 or something. I mean, no, he's older. He might be older than that. I don't know.
He is a bit older than that. Oh man, his birthday's April 7th. That's 3 days off of mine.
It's like a week from mine.
So he was born in 1954. So he's
68.
almost, yeah, he's almost 70.
Yeah.
Hooray day.
Yeah, and like, when was the last time he did like work? An acting movie. When was his last credit?
He's got some in post production right now. He
Jesus
never
Christ.
stops. He's gonna be like William Shatner and working in his 90s and stuff. He's got
Probably.
2 movies in 2021 and 4 movies that are he's got credits on for 2022.
Jeez.
So
Wow. Well, good for him.
yeah. Bleeding Steel was the other one I was gonna watch. And
I
didn't
tried
get
to
to it.
watch one with him a few months ago with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. I forget what it was called, but it was not good. Like I couldn't even watch it. I was just like, this is bad.
Huh.
The boat, like, Jackie Chan can still go, but Arnold not so much.
A little slow with all those muscles,
He's a little
lugging them around.
slow. I forget what it was called. What's it called?
Huh. Him and Arnold.
Well, they did some. They were both in Around the World in 80 Days, like forever ago. But like they didn't share any screen time, I don't think. So like then they finally did a movie, like one of his like straight to DVD video.
Which one?
Like
They both
it,
have done this.
well, no, Jack. Well, it's like a kung fu movie, but Arnold plays like an Austrian like I think he was holding people capture. I
Yeah.
didn't finish it because I was just like dialogue was just terrible.
Probably one of the movies where he's on the cover of the movie and then he pops in for like 0.2 seconds. Oh, I know exactly what movie I was thinking of when I came up. Killing Gunther. He's on the cover, and then like in the
Yeah.
movie he doesn't show up. That was 2017. Like he comes in for like maybe 10 seconds of screen time in the whole movie. Yet he's on the cover and top billing and all that stuff. So
Yeah, that's right. He was barely in it.
yep.
I googled Jackie Chan Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's called Iron Mask.
Oh, I did
Um,
see that in the list. I just didn't watch the trailer to see if I've seen it yet or not. 2019, so I definitely didn't see it because that's brand spanking new
yeah, but it
ish.
was not good. It was just not good. And like, yeah, what's his name? Jason Fleming's in it, and he's just not very good in it either.
Early 1700s. That might have been where
Yeah,
they went wrong.
yeah. Like there's like a weird like voiceover if I remember from Jason Fleming, and it's just like the fight scenes were okay, but I was just like
Yeah.
this is
Well,
not
they
what I
they
want to
can't all
see.
be good.
They can't all be good. That's true. But the older ones are still amazing.
So
But before we
Nick,
talk about
do you
what we
know what
watch,
time
yeah,
it is?
I was just gonna say, do you want to give me your people before?
Where you have to
But
run and get your food?
no, but
Okay.
it's got delayed again.
Oh, so
Yeah,
bad. Okay. Pop up the timer. Oh no,
was
timer's not
Jackie
on that
Chan
one.
one of
Good
them?
main timer. Okay. What we have
I'm listening.
is the man of the hour, the rush hour, Jackie Chan. Hi-ya!
Okay, okay. I'm listening.
Versus
No,
no, the
I don't
man
know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
whose mouth, much like his cars, never stops running, Jay Leno.
The heck is
Good
Jay
luck.
Leno done?
Oh, I was hoping for this.
Has he done
Yes,
anything?
I have never been so happy.
He was in that one movie where he was like a cop or something forever ago. I think Pat Morita was in it actually.
That's the
Mr.
exact movie I
Miyagi.
was thinking of when I know who Pat Morita is. Jeez. Um,
Maybe somebody doesn't.
that's the exact movie I was thinking of when I came up with this. And then I
Okay.
looked up Jay Leno, and
Uh-huh.
if my internet would work, I'd tell you how many stuffs he's been in. Take a guess at how
Jay
much.
Leno?
Yep.
How many acting credits he has? 3.
110 acting credits.
How much of that is him on
Each show only counts as
his
one.
show? Really?
Here, I'll give you a hint. He's been in 46 episodes of one show that makes up his credit, and it's an animated show.
Acting or a wait, he was in an animated show?
He was originally an actor and comedian for
Well,
decades
I knew he was a
before
comedian, but
before
uh
taking over talk shows. He still
I
goes
know he's
around
a
doing stand up.
comedian, but I didn't really I thought he ended up doing the talk show stuff and like never really acted.
No, he's never stopped acting. Um, a lot of animated stuff for the past 20 years, but also a lot of actual on screen things where it's not just his voice. He's been in a lot of TV shows. 62 episodes of this show from 2003 to 2006.
There's a movie where he plays himself count like when they have like somebody on a talk show and it's Jay Leno.
Because you're asking, I'm gonna say no because that means you already made the connection to something.
I didn't make the connection yet, but like he's done that a lot. He's done that quite a bit.
Yeah,
But I didn't
our
really know if
our
that
rule
considered.
was if they're credited in the movie, then there's a good, and it's not an animated movie, then
Right.
it stands to reason that they could have been on set at the same time.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll think about it.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, sucker. All right. So while you figure that out, let's talk about what you've
Right.
watched.
Hmm.
Because I watched Kung Fu Yoga. That's one of the two I watched.
Right.
2017. Um, it was mediocre. Like you go into a Jackie Chan movie and you don't think it's gonna be the best thing in the world. I was expecting, a B movie. What I got was I don't even know what I got. It was pretty lackluster. But
Yeah. I remember you telling me about it. It did not sound very.
it was fine. Um,
Did it change styles or something like throughout the story?
yes, I completely forgot about this. So it starts out in Cantonese or another Chinese dialect where it's subtitles and then cuts to English. Then it cuts to Indian. I don't know the name of the language that they speak in India. I'm just gonna reference Indian. Um, and then it cuts back to Japanese or Chinese and Japanese, and it's being cultural because it's got native actors from India and China and all these different places and Americans, and then but the language just keeps changing and it keeps cutting between subtitles. Sometimes it won't even show subtitles. Sometimes it will. So it was a big mess. Every time they start speaking English, I'd be like, "Oh, just the beginning was, another language. Now they're speaking English, so I'll turn off subtitles and I'll, pay attention to my phone or clean up while I'm
Yeah.
watching it." All of a sudden, I'm like, "Wait, I don't understand what they're saying again," and the subtitles are off. So now I got to rewind it, put the subtitles back on. So I realized it's a movie that you can't do anything else with, and it's one of those movies where you just want it to be on in the background while you're doing something else. So it was kind of like
Yeah.
lose lose. Um, it had kung fu, mostly with people younger than him doing all the kung fu. But there's a couple scenes where he's doing kung fu. Of course, he has his wooden pole with the wooden arms coming out that he beats up in every movie. He does like a handstand on top of one of those to show how strong he is still. And then a couple of minor fight scenes, leaving the big stunt work of falling off big boulders and stuff to the younger actors. Um, but really,
Oh, that's good.
the biggest travesty of the movie is at the end. They're having this huge conflict and fighting in these ruins, and then Jackie makes a funny face, and they start doing the Indian dance that they do in all the movies. And then they have like an
Oh,
American rapper
right.
going over it, and then they have like hundreds of Indian dancers showing up. But it's they're all doing the Indian dance, but it's everybody from the crew and the set, and so it's all nationalities. And they're all doing their own thing. Um, yeah, it was
That's
bad
oh
in a
my
way that I wasn't expecting. I was like, oh,
yeah.
it'll be bad, but it'll be so entertaining. No, it was just bad.
I don't think I'll watch it just because of what you told me about it.
Maybe watch it like 1.5 speed and don't worry about following the script. I don't know. Just see some fight scenes, see them travel around. Oh yeah, there's like big leaps where they're like, "Oh, we're running out of scheduling. Let's cut these 5 pages out of the script because it's like him in a battle, and then all of a sudden he wakes up in a hotel room, and you don't know what happened to anybody else in the battle, and then it's yeah, it's bad." So
That's something.
all right, so what did you watch?
So I don't even know how to. I don't even know what I think I have to watch this movie just to understand all the craziness that you just talked about. You know, I don't even know what to make of it. What's it about? Wait, what's it about?
He is a professor
A
teaching
professor.
archaeology and
I have.
teaching students
That's right.
how to find artifacts without disturbing anything with all this technology.
Right.
And then somebody comes in and says, um, "Here, we'll pay for you and your students to go dig this up," or whatever the premise is. He takes two of his students to meet people and go on a dig looking for an artifact.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
and
That's
then
right.
there's like
I
a
was so confused by all the language stuff and the
yeah,
dancing and the what's the yoga part?
uh, because he's kung fu. The Indian
Oh,
people practice yoga and teach him calming and the motions of doing different yoga poses. So synergy and
okay.
all that stuff of
Understood.
blending the two to kick some butt.
Understood.
Um, yeah.
So yeah, I watched two films, and I'm going to talk about the first film because it's my go-to Jackie Chan. It's the one that got me hooked on Jackie Chan 30 years ago, whatever the heck it was. Rumble in the Bronx.
Not 30 years ago.
Not 30 years ago, close.
1995. Almost 30.
Oh my God, 27.
Oh, math teacher, quick
Clo-
with the math.
Closer to 30 than it is 20.
Yeah,
But
I miss those days.
I
Now I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. Almost.
hi. Well, guess what? Yeah. I love Rumble in the Bronx. That's really what got me hooked on Jackie Chan like forever ago. Like no lie. Like again, I was watching TV, weekly TV. It came on. I was like, this is amazing. He's I love it. So I'm pretty sure, does he play Jackie in that too? He does. He plays Jackie in
So
Rumble in the Bronx.
in the 90s, most of his movies he plays Jackie. I'm just gonna throw that out
Yeah.
there. Also
Right.
because
So
every movie I'm gonna name on this podcast will be from the 90s, just about because those were the best years.
late 80s, 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
You okay over
Wow.
there?
It stopped.
I don't stop until you say the last name. I need every
Fine.
second I can get. You're at
Okay.
9 minutes and 44 seconds
Okay,
already.
so I remember watching Cars with Benjamin, and I'm
Okay.
pretty sure Jay Leno had a cameo as one of the cars in that movie, unless it was somebody doing a voice that was similar to.
It was him, but the rule is no animation because that's in a studio at your house and not you're not actually going somewhere for something. Don't worry. You have 109 other credits to choose from.
Whatever. Where's my food?
Can't say your
Okay,
brain
fine.
hurts
I'll
because you're
keep
doing
going.
the math in 0.2 seconds still. So, all right.
Well, I anyway.
Rumble in
So
the
Rumble in the Bronx.
Bronx.
I love it. The choreography, and I was watching it. I watched it today because I just never got around to it before. I watched the other one like last week, but Ready to Rumble is ridiculous. The fight scenes are great. There's not much of a story. Well, here I'll go over the story just in case. But so Jackie Chan's visiting his uncle in New York, who owns a little market. He's getting married.
Oh, this all sounds
He
so
also
familiar.
he's also selling the business to a lady. Um, before he goes on his honeymoon. So Jackie Chan decides to hang out and help out for a few days. So 1995, stereotypical uh dirt bike gang
Of course.
in the Bronx.
How New York rolls to
um,
this day. Four wheelers and dirt
they
bikes down the road.
they're trying to steal some stuff from the store, and of course Jackie Chan has to intervene and be the hero and easily kicks all their butts.
Of course. With
And
breadsticks, probably.
then no breadsticks, but he does squeeze like a juice in one of their faces. And he uses his coat. He uses his coat and like wraps up people's arms and stuff.
Always. Yep.
Always. So anyway, they start messing with him, and then suddenly the movie changes into a completely different story after they spend like a third of this movie trying to like go after him and chase him and blah 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 blah. And then one of the biker gangs, in the midst of chasing him, run into this like real fancy rich guy, bad guy type of people who have
Yeah.
diamonds, and they take the diamonds and then they
Oh,
get
no.
kidnapped. And then Jackie Chan has to fight those guys. and there's this ridiculous hovercraft thing at the end I completely forgot about until I rewatched it, where like they're driving a hovercraft everywhere.
I 100% remember the hovercraft, but if you asked me if it was part of what movie, I would not have guessed one that takes place in the Bronx.
Yeah. Um. Well, it's on the river. I guess there's a river there. I'm sure or something.
Yeah,
But anyway, this thing's huge. I don't know why it's anywhere near New York City, but it's just insane. Somehow it's a hovercraft, so of course it goes on the street, and of course it's ridiculous. So they eventually stop the hovercraft, which I think is hilarious, and then the cops let him fix the hovercraft because they show like duct tape on the side that he cut, and then they
yep,
let
I
him
remember
take it
that.
to the golf course where the main bad guy is that we don't meet until like the last 10 minutes of the movie,
Yep, yep, yep.
and he runs him over. With the cops just let him do this with the people that were taken hostage by these
I
suited
forgot
bad
he
guys.
runs him over with the.
Yeah, like it strips off the back of his clothes and stuff. Also,
Oh,
there's a lot of language in that movie. I didn't realize
yeah,
they say the F word a few times,
yep.
but yeah. So
Most
it was
Jackie
good.
Chan movies don't have much gunplay in it. It's always like he's taking barrels off of guns or disarming people with guns. But there are
Mhm.
some that have it. There are some where language runs afoul throughout. But yeah, in the '90s growing up, I always remember he'd be a clean kung fu movie where there's not going to be that many expletives and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I think most of them are like that, but I
there's
think this
always
was like
a
his
lady
first.
interest, but there's never like adult scenes like that or anything. So
Yeah, I think
um,
this was one of his first real American films.
oh really? Is that what you think?
One of them.
In 1995. So
Okay.
the second movie I watched is from 1979, which is his first U.S. marketed movie. The name of
What
such
one?
film is called Battle Creek Brawl.
I don't even know if I've seen that one.
I never even heard of it. So it came up, and then I watched the trailer because I was just going through watching the trailers on everything to decide what to watch.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's like Jackie Chan's very first U.S. marketed movie. Blah 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 blah. He's coming to the States for the first time in a movie made just for the United States. Like really pushing that it's
Wow.
his non-translated, non-dubbed first U.S. uh movie.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that far back.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. Probably around credits like 50 to 60 out of his 140. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
So yeah, 1979, 1980 is when he started pushing to the US market with all of his movies or most of them, making sure that they you know win over well globally rather than just being a local star. Um
Huh.
not
I
to
didn't realize it was that.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, but
I was going to say not to say that he wasn't still doing fully Chinese movies and then dubbing them, just that's when he started focusing on global markets.
gotcha. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, in the '90s is when most of his catalog came out that I remember from a kid, maybe because I was growing up in the '90s. But you know, my list of some of his best movies were Operation Condor in 1991, Drunken Master 2 in
Good one.
1994, Thunderbolt
Wait, that
in
was
1995.
Drunken Master 2 was in the 90s?
Yep.
Man, I have a lot to go back and watch for him. I love Drunken Master. That's a good one.
So yeah, so Drunken Master, I think was in the '70s. Let me look. I'm looking it up.
I think that was
1978.
like 70. Yeah, I was gonna say 79, but
Yeah, 1978. Wo Fei Hung as Jackie Chan. Um, I guess that's what he was credited as. Jackie with a Y instead of IE. That's why they're saying credited as. So in 1978 he did Drunken Master, and then in 1994 it came out as Legend of the Drunken Master for the second one, I think, or maybe that's the third one. But I remember the first one, and I remember liking the first one, but I made a note of the second one because I remember The jokes were funnier. The co-star with the
Yeah,
his mother or whatever had a big like his character's mother or sister or something was a big thing. Whereas like a lot of back and forth comedy in that one. Whereas the first one was all about like kung fu and the art of kung fu, like most of
yeah.
the '70s movies.
By the '90s, he was like known for his comedic uh demeanor or whatever I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, Operation Condor is actually considered, I think, the fourth Super Cop movie, but they didn't want to market it as Super Cops. They just called it Operation Condor. Because all the promotional materials say
Yeah,
Operation Condor, but when you look it up on YouTube, it says Police Story 4, Operation
yeah.
Condor.
I think Mr. Nice Guy was also supposed to be one of the police stories, but they found it was too funny. So they called it Mr. Nice Guy and changed a few things.
Yeah. So Mr. Nice Guy, that surprises me because he's a TV chef in that movie.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I
So
want to
that
watch
was
that one.
that was on. So I had best movies with Drunken Master and Operation Condor and stuff. Then I made a list of like my top 3 or 4 favorite movies.
Right.
Which was Mr. Nice Guy, 1997. Um, he's coming to visit his uncle in the town. His uncle's getting roughed up by people for whatever reason, and actually, I think that one somebody slips something into his bag and is trying to hunt it down, and he doesn't know why people are hunting him. So he's
Can't remember.
a chef that knows casual kung fu. You know how it goes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. Gordon Ramsay does, I'm sure.
yeah, I'm staying away from
Wait,
Gordon
hold
Ramsay
on.
when he has knives.
Can
19
you
minutes
confirm
and
something? No, no, no. Can you just confirm something?
okay,
If I ask you a question about Jay Leno,
okay.
was he in Wayne's World?
Wayne's World was 98. That when that was
Was it 94?
94. Oof,
Was
I
it
was way
94?
off. Let's see.
No, 91.
Yes, well, he was not in Wayne's World in 1991.
Why'd you say it like that?
Like what?
What do you mean? Wayne's World 2?
What year did Wayne's World 2 come out? Do you reckon?
Maybe that was 94.
1993.
Oh. Yeah, I remember Wayne's World was like early 90s because that's when they were like on Saturday Night Live doing all that.
Yeah.
But that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm just
Sinbad
thinking of
show.
Wayne's World. What?
Just I forgot Sinbad had a TV show, or a couple of them.
Wait, did he really?
The Sinbad Show TV series, 1994.
Remember that? I remember he was in Jingle All the Way, which I love.
One of my favorites.
So wait, he was in Wayne's World too?
He was in Wayne's World 2 in 1993 as himself.
All right. Well, I think Rob Lowe's in that, and Matt Dana Carvey and stuff. I could easily connect. Okay, give me a few minutes.
I Rob Lowe to Jackie Chan would probably be even harder than Jay Leno to Jackie Chan. That's your leap.
Wait, Rob Lowe is the challenge now?
No, I don't even see Rob Lowe in Wayne's World 2. So
Oh, he was in Wayne's World 1 then. He
yep,
might not have been in the sequel.
yep.
I was gonna say all I gotta do is connect him to Owen Wilson.
Around the World in 80 Days.
No, Shanghai Noon or Nights.
Oh, is that what it? Yeah.
That's what I was trying to connect cars to. But
It's always
it
funny seeing
works.
like where your mind goes on which
Well,
one you go
it
for.
was yeah. My mind was going Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson, or Jackie Chan and wait. What were they in together? I, I hold on, wait. Jackie Chan was in the Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li, who was in Lethal Weapon 4 with Chris Rock, who was in Grown Ups with David Spade, who was in Tommy Boy with Chris Farley, who was in Wayne's World 2 with Jay Leno.
What was that again?
Jackie Chan was in The Forbidden Kingdom with Jet Li.
Okay.
Who was in Lethal Weapon 4 with Chris Rock.
I didn't know
Who
either of
was
those
in
were in that.
yeah, who was in Grown Ups with David Spade. Who was in Tommy Boy with Chris Farley. Who was in Wayne's World 2 with Jay Leno.
Okay. Touche. 22 minutes and 45 seconds.
Assuming Chris Farley was in both Wayne's World movies. I think he was because he was
Ah,
on stage. I remember he was on stage with when they had their concert.
Wayne's World 2.
Where's my food?
Chris Farley as Milton. That is
Yeah,
correct.
I remember he's
Ding,
on
ding, ding,
stage
ding,
and
ding,
he was like, I
ding.
think he was like hugging people, like when they were coming off stage or something for the concert or whatever it was.
Just like the way he's the
There's a
bus
cool.
driver in the.
Oh my god. Yeah. What was that? O'Doyle's Rule, and that like
Yeah.
went through so many Adam Sandler films.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, which Billy Madison, that's what it is. I don't know why
Billy
that took so long to
Madison.
remember. So yeah, back on track. Congratulations, 22 minutes and 50 seconds.
I was sitting there like scrolling through movies, and I was like, Jay Leno hasn't been on a talk show in like a decade at least. I got to go back to like the '90s maybe, and I was like, I wasn't sure about Wayne's World.
So you were
But
talking
I know he
about
was. I think he was in a few of those Saturday Night Live movies with Jay Leno.
yeah.
I think he was in a few of them.
He shows up as the late night talk show host of Bedrock in The Flintstones. I thought that was
Really?
funny. Yeah. It was the next billing after Wayne's World 2. Back to Jackie Chan. So,
Jackie Chan.
Mr. Nice
There's a great
Guy.
song at the end of Ready to Rumble in the Bronx. I always want to say Ready to Rumble for Rumble in the Bronx.
I love Ready
But
to
there's a
Rumble
great
too.
there's a great song about Jackie Chan while the bloopers play. Not bloopers, he gets hurt, but you know what I mean. The stunt part.
Yeah. The outtakes. Um,
hmm
Rumble in the Bronx is such a good movie. And watching the trailer, I just remembered like you said, the dirt bike gang starts driving over all the cars that are parked and he's jumping through the fire
Yeah.
escapes, and I think that's at the very beginning of it or something. I just remember that scene. I remember a lot from the trailer.
Yeah, so
Him
good.
going through like a rundown arcade where all the hoodlums hang out, trying to.
That's like their last fight before they decide to work together.
Yeah.
There's so many good parts though.
Yeah, Rumble in the Bronx, 1995. Thunderbolt was 1995. Drunken Masters, 94. Operation Condor's 91.
Oh, his name's not Jackie in that, it's Kyung.
Oh, fancy.
I don't know if that translates to Jackie. It
Maybe.
might.
Who Am I in 1998 and Rush Hour in 1998.
Rush Hour is
The
phenomenal.
90s were
They're
just
all good.
yeah. The 90s were just nonstop Jackie Chan all the time. Nothing but awesome movies.
Him and Chris Tucker were so good together.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so
The last one probably could have been not made, but the first two were just incredible.
Number 3 is still good. It's
Yeah.
still good.
So-
It's still good. It's still good.
yeah,
Sorry.
it's not bad. It's
Quoting The Simpsons. When the pig's flying through the air from the thing, and he's like, "It's still good. It's still good." Hold on. Oh, hold on a second. Haley.
Uh-oh. Haley Bob is in trouble.
Somebody left the bathroom door open, and I just saw her like sneakily try and walk past my door with like tissue
Little
paper in her mouth.
Scooby Doo
Something.
tiptoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Where's my food?
All right. So some of my favorite performances were Who Am I? Where he forgets who he is. He forgets that he knows Kung Fu. Everybody's after him, asking him, who are you? Who is this guy? And he's like, I don't know. Who am I? I remember he's like on top of this big, like, not Stonehenge, but like a big pile of stones going, who am I? And it's like echoing. That was one of my favorites growing up. I'd watch that anytime it was on TV. Rumble in the Bronx, I loved. Like we said, that was always on TNT in the late '90s as well, and in the 2000s.
Always. They
Um,
were always on. They were on a lot, and they'd always be like a marathon.
yeah, and it'd always be Who Am I, Mr. Nice Guy, and Rumble in the Bronx, which are three out of the
Yeah,
four favorite performances I write down because Rush Hour was the other one.
Rush
But
Hour is great.
yeah,
Rush Hour is so.
what are your favorites?
I mean, I think you already said them. I kind of because those are the ones that were always on. Like Rumble in the Bronx,
Yep.
Rush Hour. I did like oh my god, I literally just said the name of it with Jet Li.
Forbidden Kingdom, is that what you said?
Forbidden Kingdom. I did really like that movie because it was cool to see Jet Li and Jackie Chan like go at it.
I mean, that was like so much build up to that because everybody's always wanted that.
Yeah.
Um, what year
I
was
did
that? That was recent, wasn't it? Like the last 10 years.
2010 maybe 2005.
2010 was Karate Kid. I forgot about that.
He was phenomenal in that movie. I
2008.
thought he was a good. Yeah, I was like in the middle. So yeah, and I chose my second movie was Police Story just because it's like one of his older ones.
Yeah.
Like, and there's like a bunch of them. I was like, I watch that. The mall fight is phenomenal. But I like all the ones you said. Like those are my favorites. Who Am I, Mr. Nice Guy, Forbidden Kingdom, Rush Hour, Rumble, Ready to Rumble, Rumble in the Bronx.
First Strike was another one, which I think was one of the police stories that they changed the name of.
Yeah, they've done that a few times. It's just like, oh wait, this is not a police story movie. Let's just change a few things. And,
Yeah. Which was
uh,
always good. That was always on TV.
oh,
Yeah, I really think the '90s were the best time to be, going to the movies to see Jackie Chan because he was putting out so much in that
right.
short period of time, and they were all really good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
So Rumble in the Bronx was one movie you watched. What was the other one you watched?
Police Story,
Police Story. That's right. Okay, yeah. Which is
where
also
he's
just
like,
one of your favorites. You said.
not one of my favorites, but it's just one that I wanted to watch again because I haven't seen it in so long.
Gotcha.
And it's like it's more of a serious film, I guess, compared to like what we're used to for Jackie Chan. He's just a cop trying to protect the girl. There's a lot of fighting. Pretty crazy opening scene with like the cars going down the hills and like they're trying to do like a sting with the bad guys, and of course they realize it and chase them.
He's had a lot of staples over the years. One is he's always going to visit an uncle, or he's
Yeah,
trying to
never a mom
rescue
or
a
dad.
girl, either a daughter of somebody he knows. Rush Hour, he's
Right.
rescuing the prime minister's daughter or whatever it is. Uh,
I love that movie. Sorry.
yeah. What was the movie he just did? In
He,
2017. So that was the same thing. The Foreigner rescuing his daughter or something.
that was more of a drama, wasn't it? Was that
Um,
was with Pierce Brosnan, right?
right. Pierce Brosnan kidnaps, I think, his daughter, and it's
Doesn't
still
she die
still
and he's like
action
taking
because
revenge? Oh,
yeah, he starts blowing stuff up, doesn't he? He gets a little dark in that.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
right. I forgot about that part.
yeah. He's a pretty good actor. He doesn't usually get to showcase it though.
He
He's
does,
he's
but definitely in like the past 20 years he's just been kind of like in autopilot, just here's
yeah.
remakes of old stuff that went really well and some things like the Medallion in 2003 that he
Oh,
put out.
is that the one with Dane Cook?
No, this is the one where the sidekick is none other than oh, why is she not got top billing? Oh, because that's not who I thought it was. Claire Orlani? I was thinking it was somebody else. But basically there's a medallion that, makes you awesome at Kung Fu, I think, is what it was.
So I thought he did one karate movie with. Oh yeah, right. I do. I'm looking. He did one movie with Dane Cook, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong.
The Tuxedo is the one I was thinking of,
Oh, that's a
where
good
it's
one.
got Jennifer Love Hewitt in it. This is one of the first
What's the
DVDs
one
I
where
ever
he
bought.
spies like no, the one where he's a spy and he's like looking after the kids? That's a good one too. I thought that was funny.
The Spy Next Door. That's not bad.
Spy Next Door, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's got what's her
Super
name
good.
in it?
And, oh, Shanghai Nights and Shanghai Noon are phenomenal. They're great.
Not bad. The first one was definitely better. Um, uh, um, eh, Accidental Spy was okay. What was the one I was just looking at before I'd rolling around like a madman? Oh,
You know, one of
the
my
one with Johnny Knoxville, Skip Trace in 2016, was not good, but it had comedy to it because Johnny Knoxville and
oh
stuff.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. One of my favorite moments with Jackie Chan though was when he got his, honorary Oscar for being in the business so long. And like him and Sylvester Stallone are really good friends.
yeah,
And like you just see Sylvester Stallone in the audience like this, like filming Jackie Chan like up, and he's just like he just looks like the most proud dad ever of Jackie Chan. He's just like smiling and like holding his phone up, filming the whole thing, his
yeah.
acceptance speech. It was so funny.
It means a lot
So
for
funny.
both of them. I mean, they came to this
Yeah.
country to act and chase their dreams, and sure as hell did it. They made a ton of money, a lot of
Yeah.
fame, a lot of fortune.
Jackie Chan has made a ton of money. Sylvester Stallone. Wait, Sylvester Stallone, where's he from?
Oh, I thought you said Arnold Schwarzenegger. My bad.
No, Sylvester. Did I say Arnold Schwarzenegger? I meant Sylvester Stallone.
I think you said Stallone, and I got confused.
It happens. They're like the same person. Not really,
Uh,
but if you think it, remember,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, they're at this point they're just whatever plastic surgery is left over.
Hold on.
Stallone was born in New York, New York.
You okay? What happened? Sorry, she just yiked.
Uh,
Yeah, Stallone's from here. That's right. I was like confused. I was like, wait, has he been from somewhere? I didn't realize the whole.
for a guy from New York, he sure likes to make movies about Philadelphia.
It probably was cheaper,
I guess.
especially in the '70s. Nobody cared about Philly.
Yeah. Um, the first movie he ever did for the U.S., Jackie Chan again. Battle Creek Brawl. When I was
Yeah, I want to
watching,
watch that.
when I was watching it, it was much like there's always a daughter in trouble or he's visiting an uncle. Like there's these reoccurring themes in all of his movies. One of them is whatever the hot kid thing is, he's always doing it. So he's always riding motorcycles or driving cool cars like Subarus, doing rally driving in Thunderbolt, or jumping dirt
Yeah.
bikes off, like riding them upstairs and jumping them off buildings, and cool stuff like that. I think it was Rumble in the Bronx. He skateboards for a minute. Um, in Battle Creek Brawl, there's a big roller skating contest where they're doing uh, like the way they pan in, you think they're doing like underground fights, but it turns out it's like underground roller derby where it's like a relay race that they're doing. Um, so yeah,
His name's Jerry in this movie.
yeah, yep, Jerry, and and he's playing a person from Korea, oddly enough. So nothing troublesome about coming to America to make a movie and they getting your nationality wrong and just be like, you're Korean for this movie.
Yeah, where is he? He's from. Oh, he's from Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so it starts out with that.
Oh, Super Cop's a great one. Sorry,
Super
I just
Cop
thought of
is a
that.
great one.
Sorry, I
Um,
just suddenly remember that.
a lot of action, a lot of dirt bikes in that one, a lot of crashing cars and racing them around. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, so Battle Creek, he's riding roller skates. In other movies, he's always doing like dirt bikes and extreme sports and rollerblading and just whatever is going on in pop culture, he'll tie into his movies and
Oh yeah, for sure.
try to be in with the kids, which it's like, dude, you're awesome. You don't need to do it. You don't need to try.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like,
I guess these days he probably asks his grandkids like,
yeah,
what's cool?"
you were all of our heroes already.
Oh my
So
god, I wonder if he has a TikTok again.
don't know. That'd be interesting. Little snippet. Even if it's just a TikTok of every day, it's a different, 2-second clip of one of his movies, action scenes, whether it's bloopers or outtakes
Yes,
or, just being
yes,
a
please.
badass in general would be, I'd sign up for that. Um,
Yes, please.
yeah.
What else?
Battle Creek Brawl. His brother
I'm gonna watch that.
has a bride coming from California that he's never met that gets intercepted at the airport by the bad guys and kidnapped, forcing Jackie Chan to enter the Battle Creek Brawl. And the stipulation is if he wins the brawl, he gets to keep the prize money of $5,000 or $15,000, whatever amount it was.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
But,
Okay.
well,
I guess this is
$11,000 in 1973 is $92,000 now, or $93,000 now. So it was a lot.
That's sad.
That somebody making $11,000 a year in the 70s was making $90,000
More
a
than
year.
I make now.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's insane.
And houses cost $2,000. A car costs $1,000. Like,
I
yeah,
wish.
a house would cost you a fraction of your salary in the 70s. Now it's your salary is a fraction of what a house costs. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm depressed.
womp womp. See you next week, guys. Yeah. So Battle Creek Brawl was really good. It was interesting seeing, his first American movie. Yeah, because I never even thought of it like that. I was just like, oh, Drunken Master in the early 70s. We saw that here. That was no big deal. Not realizing, back then everything was especially separated. There was no internet where you just log on to streaming service and watch a movie like we did.
Yeah, right.
In the 90s, going to the theaters to see these, it probably wasn't in every theater across America. There definitely weren't as many theaters as there are now either. So,
yeah.
I try to forget how much things have changed in the 30 years.
Seriously.
Yeah, I remember what?
Apparently, Super Cop is on no streaming service.
Can you buy it on Vudu?
Probably.
And it's on some streaming services.
Well, I mean, for free, that I don't have to pay money for it.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't want to buy it.
Yeah, I don't like how Amazon now ties in other streaming services because you'll search and it'll bring up a thumbnail and it'll say buy or rent now, or it'll be another thumbnail and it'll be like watch for with ads on Freevee, and the next one will be like unavailable to stream or something. And it's like,
right.
I don't want to see all the other, just tell me what's on my Prime that is included. That's all I want to see. There's no filters on searches. It's very frustrating. Yeah. There's like 3 Jackie Chan movies you can watch. One's that train movie neither of us wanted to watch, and that Blades of Steel or whatever movie it was. And Kung Fu Yoga. So.
Yeah, he's got a few movies on Vudu that are free to watch. This is like one of their free movies.
Okay.
The Prisoner, Crime Story, which I think was a good one if I remember correctly. Skip Trace, which I did watch. I did watch that. Jackie Chan, Kung Fu Master. What? Yeah. So he does have a few things that are free on here to watch. Oh, that's
good.
That's not a Jackie Chan movie. That's just called Jackie and Ryan.
He's had some movies like Jackie Chan, My Stunts or something. Yeah, Jackie Chan, My Stunts in '99, Jackie Chan, My Story in '98, like documentary type movies.
Right.
He directed 18 movies, and I think he wrote 16 of them. The only 2 that he didn't write and direct were the documentaries, where there's nothing to write. But yeah, going through that, he's written and directed 18 of his movies, and they were all good movies, including Who Am I? 1911, he wrote and directed that. Crime Story, Operation Condor. Yeah, it was in 2011. I think that's the one with Adrian Brody in it, maybe? Let me check.
I had a Jackie Chan fight scene playing in the on the screen here while we were talking, and I forgot about it. And at what point did he dress up like Chun Li from the Street Fighter game? That's what I'm trying to figure out because I just went back to it and it was like him dressed as Chun Li dancing. So now I'm
I don't know which character
curious
that
about
is.
that. It's the girl with the blue and the buns.
Huh, movie with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Um, Dragon Blade 2015 with John Cusack. Iron Mask 2020. Rob B. Hood. I don't know.
Oh, it's from a '93 uh, anime adaptation called City Hunter.
Uh,
I
gotcha.
don't know what City Hunter is, but it looks like a Street Fighter ripoff. Oh my god, it is. He just came off the wall as Chun Li, and it says "Sexy Chun Li,"
that's that's really funny.
and it's Jackie. Here, I'm gonna put the link for this video in the chat so you can look at it.
So 1911 is not the movie with who to say Adrian Brody in it. But the movie I was thinking of, I think, is the one that I also mentioned and forgot the name of already. That has John Cusack in it. Was that Dragon Blade? Yeah, this is the one I was talking about that I didn't get to see that has all the American actors in it. So it's got John Cusack in it. It's got Adrian Brody in it, and it's got who's this other guy? Oh no, those are the only two on the. Yeah, so John Cusack and Adrian Brody in Dragon Blade. I was thinking this was 1911.
Okay. Okay.
I remember it just looked horrible in the trailers. When a corrupt Roman leader, Tiberius, arrives with a giant army to claim the Silk Road, Ho An teams up with his army with an elite legion of defected Roman soldiers led by General Lucius to protect his country and his new friends.
Okay.
I don't remember which
Super
one's the
Cops
bad
is
guy,
on
but
Super Cops on Paramount Plus.
nice. I will be watching that tonight. Paramount
Yeah, I'll
Plus is
probably watch it.
definitely a sleeper. That it's got so many good shows and movies on it, and I always forget that it's there until I'm like trying to think of something to watch. But it's really got a lot of good stuff on it.
First Strike is another one. I didn't know which movie this was, but I was just going through stills. It has one of the best ladder parts. I
Is that the
don't
one
know
with the
if you ever seen.
scaffolding too?
I think so, where he's like spinning ladder around and like jumping through it and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's go. I wonder where. How do I
That was
save
one of my
that?
favorites growing up. First Strike. That was so good.
Right. Rush Hours on Amazon. Police Stories on HBO Max. Drunken Masters on Amazon to rent. The Foreigner, Super Cop. Crime Story. That's a good one, I think. The Legend of Drunken Master was the sequel.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one in theaters with my dad, but I remember seeing the
Project
first
A.
one as well. Like very vivid memories of watching that one.
Project A is another good one. That's on Paramount Plus.
So that's where he's a
Operation
pirate when I
Condor
was
is a
looking
good
that
one.
up, and I
Yeah.
don't remember seeing that.
Operation Condor, that was another good one.
Yep, very good
Wheels on
stuff.
Meals. Oh, Mr. Nice Guy had the chainsaw part. Yeah, that would have been a terrible stump too.
Yeah, he's done that a few times as well with the table saw blade, and his legs are going over it, and you're like,
Right.
ah! And he gets out of it in the last minute. Another thing
Yep.
he does over and over again.
Yep. Oh my god, my food's actually on the way.
Hey, only an hour and a half
They're gonna be
late.
here in a minute. They're gonna be here in 2 minutes. OMG.
All right, hit the music. We're done. Calling it here.
Do. Oh wait, wrong music.
We're literally at 59 minutes and 27 seconds, so it's good timing.
Yeah. So look, everybody, Amazon has a lot of Jackie Chan. Paramount Plus apparently has a bunch of Jackie Chan. And then watch the rest however you wish. I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, I want to see everybody who listens and sees this. I wanna hear you guys tweet at us or message us on Instagram or Facebook or on the YouTube video. Tell us what you thought of his very first U.S. debut marketed movie, Battle Creek Brawl. I believe that was on Prime that I
What?
watched that. And then after
Yeah,
you
I saw
watch
that
that,
on
go
there.
watch First Strike because that's one of the best. Thunderbolt is another good one. Mr. Nice Guy, Who Am I? Rumble in the Bronx. These
There's
are
a lot.
all ones that we love.
As much as I want to watch Battle Creek Brawl because I've never seen it, I kind of want to just go to Paramount Plus and watch the ones that I've seen a million times and watch them again.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely putting on searching Paramount Plus right away.
Yeah, seriously,
Yep.
it's going on. I'll fall asleep 10 minutes in, but I'll finish it later. I swear.
Oh, for sure. Well, I'm gonna do it while I play some Sudoku and solve today's Wordle if I didn't do it already. So.
Ah, yes, and we need that. We need to play multiverse.
Ooh, we can play that while we watch. Power of
All right,
multiple
sounds good.
monitors.
Well, in that case, bye everybody.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Check us out everywhere at Ready Viewer One.
Everywhere. Ready, everyone. Like, subscribe, comment, bell. Send us money. Bye.
Yes. Do it all. Do it all now.